I now call Iberia Parish Council meeting to order for April 24th, 2024. The current time now is 6:02. We'll have the prayer led by Councilmember Capel and the pledge led by Councilmember Traum. Councilman,
We'll say the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
amen. Councilman Traum.
The flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, council members. Madam Clerk, please initiate the roll call.
Tommy Pollard. Michael Landry. Marcus Broussard. Lloyd Brown. Warren Gosherson.
Here.
Natalie Broussard. Dustin Swear. James Trahan. Scott Ronsonnet. Brock Pellerin. Brian Napier. Lady Fontanette Brown. Cayman Crapel. And Chad Machurin.
We have 11 members in a quorum. Moving on to council member announcements. Members at this time, anybody on announcements? Councilmember Napier on an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's not really an announcement, just a pat on the back and a thank you to our distinguished chairman.
He's on. He's on.
So again, I know he's gonna probably talk about it, but hats off to Mr. Gosherson, his wife, his daughter, for the lemonade stand. A couple Saturdays ago, it was the best one yet. Raised some very good money for
Angel Paul.
Angel Paws, I'm sorry. But look, that neighborhood was packed. A lot of people came. A lot of political people came. Everybody got along too, and that was a good thing. So hats off to Warren and his family for doing a great job again for this parish.
Thank you, Councilman. Appreciate it. The gentleman from District 11 yields back. The gentleman from District 8 seeks recognition.
Yeah, I kind of want to piggyback on what Mr. Napier. I want to see you congratulate Mr. Gosherson and his family for putting that on and raising money for Angel Paws, and I was just happy you let me be a part of it for a great organization to help raise money for them. And I'd like to also announce again that this Saturday is Festival of Live Oaks in the park, so anyone can come out to the park and enjoy some music and barbecue, and they're gonna have arts and crafts, so y'all come out to City Park this Saturday and enjoy the Festival of Live Oaks. Thank you.
The gentleman from District 8 yields back. The gentleman from District 1 seeks recognition.
Yes, I'd like to announce that last weekend we had the Spanish Festival downtown.
Why is it not doing it? Go back to microphone. Mic control. And then we might have to do. I'm sorry, Councilman, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, last weekend they had the Spanish Festival downtown New Iberia. The weather was beautiful, a lot of participation, had live band, and everybody seemed to behave and had a real good time.
It's on there, right? Good. Everybody behaved, right?
That's right.
Good. Councilman Pollard yields back. Is there anyone else, members? Members, I do want to present to y'all, over the weekend, we had a special person that celebrated a birthday. This man has kept us in line, kept us, I guess, within legal boundaries of the parish, and I want to wish him a happy birthday from Saturday. Our legal advisor, Ian, he celebrated a birthday. Oh,
Yeah, 35.
all right. Hey. This is actually at the Spanish Festival. This was before he ate the jambalaya. I want to point that out. Happy birthday, Ian. Thank you for all you do for us. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.
All right, seeing and hearing no other comments from the council members, moving on to parish president announcements. President Richard.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Today I want to talk a little bit about the election that's going to be held this coming Saturday. We've had town halls held in Lauraville and Lydia and Coteau, Grand Mary, Camp Knighton, Sugar Land Elementary, Iberia Middle, Jeanerette, and a host of other places we've met. The election is this weekend. You have 4 millages that we need to take a look at and hope people realize that they are very important millages. One is for the health unit, the other one is public building, the other one is drainage, and the last millage is library. The library millage 10 years ago was actually voted upon at 6 mills. The parish council put on the ballot for 4.5 mills, so they're reducing it, and we're looking forward to moving forward. We also have a dedicated road sales tax on the ballot for 0.75 cents. It's a 10-year dedicated road tax for roads only in the unincorporated area of Iberia Parish. These funds can only be used for constructing, improving, and maintaining roads and streets in the unincorporated area of Iberia Parish. Again, the election is held this coming Saturday. Household Waste Day is this Saturday as well, from 9 to 12 in the back parking lot of the courthouse. Remember, this is election day, so try to go and vote, maybe before or after, whatever. The Acadiana Regional Airport, last week our director, Mo Sanji, went to Washington, D.C. He met with Senator Kennedy and Cassidy and Representative Graves and Higgins, and also had a meeting with FAA. The discussion was in reference to federal funding, grant money that we're trying to get for that airport. As all of you know, we're trying to make that airport an international cargo facility. So we need some concrete, we need some hangars, we need some work done. So we need some money. So these money is only going to come, hopefully is going to come from our federal government as well as our state money. And we would have to try to find matching money to work along with that. Jefferson Island Road sidewalk, a pre-construction meeting was held on April the 12th with the award contractor being Trump Construction. The notice to proceed is expected to be issued on May the 28th for the work to begin. The project is expected to take 75 days. Mike, that's in your district. They're going to start, this project is going to start from the Clico substation to Dillard. And it's a big deal to try to keep these kids off of that highway when they go into school. The former Coteau Library, the surplus property was advertised, a bid received, and the purchase agreement is expected to be signed this week for the building to be moved. The removal will be completed within 30 days. That's a big deal for us because at one point we couldn't find anyone to actually take the building. So we finally found someone that bid, and they're going to get this building and remove this building. Construction continues at the Jefferson Canal South. On Monday, April the 15th, the installation of box culverts began. This phase of the project is completed. It was completed earlier this week. The next phase is going to consist of forming and pouring, and as you can see, is right here on the screen right now. The next phase is going to consist of forming and pouring concrete head walls, backfilling and installing flap gates. The project is expected to be completed in September of this year. This is a very big project for Iberia Parish. This is the second structure that we're going to have completed in the next few months. We have about 14 of them to get done in the parish, and what we're doing here is we're actually trying to take water, that's not water that's coming from other parishes. This is water that comes from the Gulf of Mexico on a regular high tide that's come in, and it causes flooding to a lot of families in Iberia, especially the coastal families. This area here, or the structure here, is going to help the people that live along Highway 14, Delcom, Ranella, close to Ranella area. It's a very, very big deal. And while I'm talking about the flood control structure, I met last week with Gaudy Dove, the chairman for CPRA, and we have a lot of big projects that we're going to be getting done in Iberia Parish. We're talking about doing the commercial canal, the Delcom Canal, and also we're talking about doing a levee, not with the expense coming from Iberia Parish, but starting, I would guess you would say, close to Avery Island Road, heading back around the Port of Iberia, so we can try to protect the businesses that we have at the Port of Iberia. And we're going to continue from that spot. So we have a lot going on in this parish, Mr. Chairman. I don't want to keep you all night, but before I do exit from this, I want to tell anyone to please look at the Iberia Parish Government website. Go to iberiaparishgovernment.com. You can keep going. And If you find anything that you think need to be done on the site, let us know. It's a continuous work in progress. This is huge, what you're looking at right here, people. This is very, very big. It's going to protect a lot of people in this parish. And I can't say enough about the council, you guys actually letting me use the Go Mesa dollars to do this. And it's big. You guys are going to really see some big time advantages when you get these floods or these high winds that's coming in. And when I'm saying high wind, I'm only talking 12, 14 miles an hour from the south. And it's bringing water all the way to people's property where they can't even drive onto their property, and water getting in homes. So you see a little bypass going on right here. But once that's done, that bypass is actually going to be removed. And if you take a look to the right side of that structure, that's what we're going to be protecting. To the left side of that structure is just marsh going into the Gulf of Mexico, so that's going to stay as is. But what we're trying to do is keep that water that's coming in from the Gulf of Mexico that's actually going toward the people's homes. And that's about it. So thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. If anyone have any questions, let me see. Hold on one second. I have one more thing. There's going to be an expansion tonight that you guys can ask any kind of questions you want to talk about. Of course, this expansion is going to be for the for a project that we're doing with the water treatment plant that's going to support the first solar project. It's a big deal. We finally got it completed today. So we got to get this done. This is something that we have to award this contract on tomorrow. We're already behind schedule. And we certainly can't wait to try to do this 2 weeks from now, bring it to committee, and then go back 2 weeks from there. We're already behind schedule. And that's it, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all so very much.
This time, members, are there any questions for the parish president? We do have one. The gentlewoman from District 6 is recognized.
Mr. Short, I don't know if it's on the website or not, but can y'all put the acceptable items for Household Waste Day on the Facebook page?
Absolutely.
So we can share it and make sure that it's on the Facebook page already?
Attachment there that you can pull up.
Okay, on Facebook.
Is it on Facebook or is it on the site? It's on our website. So she wanted it on the Facebook page.
If we can put it
handle
on
that.
the Facebook page, please.
We can handle that.
Thank you.
We'll have it there tomorrow. Thank you so much,
Gentlewoman from
Madam Chair.
District 6 yields back. Hearing and seeing no other requests to speak. Moving on to public comments. I need a motion to go into public comments. Have a motion by Councilman Pollard, second by Councilman Broussard. Vote your machines to go into public comments. Councilman Napier? That motion carries unanimously. We're now into public comments. Number one, comments from the general public on agenda items. Item A, Madam Clerk.
Representatives from the Iberia Mental Health Initiative to address the council to announce May 2024 as Mental Health Month and the Bayou Side Mental Health Run to be held on May 4th, 2024.
If you could just state your name and title.
Yes, sir. Mike Watney. I'm a committee member of the Iberia Mental Health Initiative, and I'm joined by a couple of fellow members here as well that I want to recognize, Ms. Darlene French and Ms. Phyllis Babineau, and of course, Ms. Councilwoman Natalie Broussard. We come to you because May is Mental Health Month, and we do every year to help get out the word. We celebrate it by hosting our Bayou Side Run, which will take place on May 4th. But just to give everybody some little information on the Iberia Mental Health Initiative, we're a grassroots nonprofit organization that was founded 10 years ago. And the goal is to educate the community on the importance of good mental health and begin the discussion to decrease the stigma surrounding mental health. We've carried out the mission through no-cost programs for the public given by mental health professionals, held family mental health support groups, provide informative presentations to organizations and teachers, and disseminated mental health information through radio, television, in print, and through social media. Most recently, we purchased a couple of billboards during the holidays promoting good mental health along with the stress of the holidays. And we have begun installing what we call buddy benches in schools throughout the parish, giving kids the opportunity to recognize mental health, have people address their needs, and it's a safe place for they can go, have a seat, and then others know that they're in need of some help. So we have that going on. We have a lot of great volunteers that are helping us with the run on May 4th. Again, it's going to be May 4th, downtown New Iberia, starting Bulleney Plaza. You can still register if anybody here or if anybody at home is interested. It's on our website, on our social media pages. There's a link there where you can go and register. The name of it is Bayou Side, the Bayou Side Run, and of course it goes down Bayou Teche. And it's an effort to let others know that there's support out there for anybody that that has suffered or has family members that have suffered or recognizes the need for good mental health. Of course, we want to thank everybody for the support that we've gotten over the years for the run. James and Warren have always been gracious in helping cook and provide food. Of course, our volunteers are always there. Marcus was kind enough to help sponsor it as well. And Mr. Reshort and administration has always been helpful, helping us get the word out, signage and everything else. So I'm sure my 3 minutes is very close. I'm counting it in my head. But again, we appreciate everybody for the support. Invite everybody to come out and join us. We will have food. We'll have stuff to do for the kids. It is a family event. Hopefully we have weather like we're having right now, and it'll be a good time.
Do think we have the parish president address the agenda item?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Just want to tell you, you won't see a proclamation for Mental Health Month this year because I was asked not to write one by Dean. Typically, that's something that we do every year, and we support mental health in Iberia Parish. As everyone knows, it's a very, very important thing in Iberia Parish. Mental health goes along with homelessness, and that's a major concern that we have in Iberia
We
Parish.
still, as a council and parish president, doing the
Absolutely.
agenda item tonight to proclaim the month.
Exactly.
For,
Just saying I don't have a proclamation.
Mr. Watney, please thank yourself, your family, and everybody else that puts together that success. You don't know how big of an impact it is on our community, but we appreciate everything y'all do to keep it here.
Thank you. Thank you
All
for your
right,
support.
members, we do have a request by the chairman of the Acadiana Fairgrounds, Mr. Pat Corlin, to address summary number 69. Mr. Chairman, if you can just state your name and title for the record, please.
My name is Pat Carline. I am the chairman of the board for the Acadiana Fairgrounds. We're losing a member that has been with us for a while, and I just wanted this board to be recognized that she has done a lot while she was on this board. Her name is Alice Fall, and if you see her, I would appreciate you letting her know that we really appreciate everything that she has done on this board. Okay, we hate to see her go, but when you need to go, you have to you got to do what you got to do, and just wanted to let this board know that. Okay, and also this past weekend we had a very big show, barrel racing. And we had over 80, 90 stalls. The parking lot was full, front and back.
Very good.
Y'all really need to come out and see some of the things that we're doing because it's no cost to y'all, And we're hoping to get some more different things lined up out there. But you need to come see. We're doing improvements on a daily basis. We're getting things fixed and working like they need to be worked. Get the building back up to specs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Corlin. Number 2, Madam Clerk.
Persons being considered for the appointment to parish boards and commissions to address the council.
At this time, anybody in the audience applying or reapplying for a board or commission? Hearing and seeing none, members, I need a motion to go back into regular session. I have that motion by Councilman Pollard, second by Councilwoman Broussard. Vote your machines to go back into regular session, members. Begin voting. That motion carries unanimously. We're now back into regular session. Community events and public service announcements. There is none. Reports from finance and administrative actions. There is none. Reports from parish or other governmental agencies. There is none. Reports from Public Works. Number 1, Madam Clerk.
Public Works Department report for closed work orders dated March 27th, 2024 through April 9th, 2024.
Members, you should have received that by email. Moving on to special business, there is none. Consent agenda items for public hearing and adoption. We have the minutes of regular meeting of April 10th, 2024. Summary number 69, introduced by the clerk of the council. Madam Clerk.
A resolution accepting the resignation of Ms. Alice M. Fall as a member of the Acadiana Fairgrounds Commission, effective immediately.
Summary number 70, introduced by the clerk.
A resolution proclaiming the month of May 2024 as Mental Health Month in Iberia Parish.
Summary number 71, introduced by the clerk.
A resolution proclaiming the week of May 19th through 25th, 2024 as National Tourism Week in Iberia Parish.
Summary number 72, introduced by the parish president.
A resolution proclaiming the month of May 2024 as Building Safety Month in Iberia Parish.
Summary number 73, introduced by the parish president.
A resolution amending the 2024 Airport Authority Fund budget in the amount of $2 million to appropriate funding for contract payments for construction of 200,000 square foot hangar for aviation exteriors, all to be funded from DRA federal revenues.
Before I move on, let the record reflect that Councilwoman Brown is in attendance. Summary number 74, introduced by legal counsel.
A resolution authorizing the parish president to execute amendment number 3 to the contract for emergency and non-emergency services by and between Iberia Parish Government, City of New Iberia, City of Jeanerette, Village of Lauraville, Village of Delcombe, and Acadian Ambulance Service Incorporated, providing for effective date thereof, and otherwise providing with respect thereof. A motion to suspend the rules will be needed as this item was not considered for joint committee.
Members, do I have a motion to open consent agenda items? I do have one by Councilmember Napier, second by Councilman Brown. Councilman Napier.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I also would like to remove summary number 74.
For what purpose does the gentleman seek recognition to remove that item?
Because it wasn't able to go to joint committee.
Without objection. Do you yield? Yield back?
Which one is
The
that?
gentleman yields back. Councilman Brown on discussion?
Oh,
Councilman Brown waives. Members, any main motion discussion on agenda items for consent agenda?
You're gonna read those.
Hearing and seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote for final adoption with the exception of summary 74, members. Please vote your machines on final adoption of the consent agenda as written without 74 in it.
Okay.
That motion carries unanimously. Now to open summary number 74, do I have a motion? Have a motion on the floor by Councilman Napier, second by Councilman Trahan. This is actually, I'm gonna take those motion and second to suspend the rules. Is there any discussion on suspension of the rules, members? Hearing and seeing none, vote your machines to suspend the rules. That motion carries unanimously. Summary number 74 is now suspended. Need a motion to open the main motion. Have a motion on the floor by Councilman Trahan, second by Councilman Napier. Councilman Trahan, discussion. Councilman Napier. Is there any main motion discussion on this, members? For the general public, it was just for, to go through the technique of us opening it. We were unable to go to committee, so that's why we had to remove from consent agenda item. I need a motion, I need a roll call vote for final adoption on 74, members. Vote your machines on final adoption. That motion carries unanimously. Moving on to ordinances introduced for public hearing and adoption. There is none. Resolutions introduced for public hearing and adoption. We have summary number 65, introduced by the parish president.
A resolution for federal off-system bridge rehabilitation and replacement program allocation for the period of 2023 through 2025 in the amount of $2,874,168 as recommended for replacement by the parish bridge inspector for the following bridges. A, Minot Road over Delahousie Canal, structure number 023 295 399 14101. Recall number 200708. Year 1966. B. Sidney LeBlanc Road over Cooley. Structure number 0323 295 739 14931. Recall number 030057, year 1986. C. Cooley Road at Peebles, Cooley. Structure number 0323 295 629 14901. Recall number 200735. Year 1970. D. John Lewis Road at Little Valley Bayou. Structure number 03232 954 491 4681. Recall number 200729. Year 1975. And E. 80 Orpont at Delahousie Canal. Structure number 0323 952 1914201. Recall number 200717. Year 1967. Note, this item was deferred at the April 10th, 2024 Iberia Parish Council meeting.
Do I have a motion, members? I have a motion by Councilwoman Brown, second by Councilman Napier. Councilwoman Brown on discussion.
Yeah, I would like to,
Mike?
Can you hear me? Okay. I would like to make a motion to remove, A, due to the fact that it's not utilized. Very few people even, inquire or use that bridge, and I think the funds could actually be used elsewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna hold that motion until we get through with the main motion discussion, and I'll come back to you for the amendment. The gentlewoman from District 12 yields back. The gentleman from District 11 is recognized.
So you don't wanna speak about the Monarch Road?
Oh, we can if we want. That'll come as she makes the motion to amend. We'll do that discussion during the amendment.
I just want to comment.
You can. We'll get to the amendment.
Okay, we'll wait, okay.
I do have a question for the parish president or administration at this time. You know, obviously, we could see an amendment to remove one. Have we talked about a replacement of?
Absolutely. I ended up speaking to DOTD. These dollars are recommended to be used for bridges with a rating of 4 or less. We did talk about the bridge work that need to be done at Bell Place, I think it is. However, it's not really with the construction of the bridge or the function of the bridge. It's with the it's with the opening of the bridge. So this money wouldn't work.
We can't. So
It's
we
not,
limit
it's
it.
not for, it's not rated at a 4 or less.
That's what I, so there's no other
totally
bridge at
talked
this
about
time
it.
to
Not at
replace
this
one?
time, no.
Okay. Councilwoman Brown, if you want to go ahead and press your button on the amendment, we can start that process to make a motion to amend. I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Brown. If you want to state your motion, Councilwoman.
Yeah, I have a motion to amend, summary number 65 to remove, A, Monarch Road over Delahousie Canal.
Do I have a second on that motion? I have a second by Councilman Napier. Councilman Napier, at this time, do you want to debate this?
So I guess, I don't know about debate, but what's wrong with the mic?
Oh, that's a good question. You want to put his microphone on?
Test, 1, 2.
Go ahead, try now.
Hey, hello? No.
Yeah, I'll put it
How
on.
about if I talk real loud?
You on?
I'm on, hey. Why it keeps going off? Hello?
There you go, there you go.
So, there was, so just some information, I know, and that's in your district, Lady Brown, but this bridge was put on there for a reason. We not gonna address it at all. Can you fill us in on what's going
Actually,
on with that?
yeah, actually.
It's the first time I hear that.
Okay, actually, a couple of weeks ago, I actually talked to Lady Brown, to Councilwoman Brown, asking her to take a look into it, because that's a bridge that really and truthfully, they have one house, one mobile home, 2 homes, a mobile home and a home on that particular street, on that road. And for the most part, this bridge has been out, I think, since I become parish president. And the 2 homes actually leave their house and they address the frontage road along Highway 90. And when we do replace this bridge or repair this particular bridge, we're also going to have to do the road from Matt Memorial Road to the bridge. It's in pretty bad shape to do it. Now, after I spoke to DOTD, I guess it was yesterday or the day before, on Monday, and they started telling me how this money really works. It's only for bridges that, that's have a rating of 4 or less, and you're talking about topside. It's a major formula that actually goes into it. So we don't have any bridges, any additional bridges at now where we can use this money, Lady Brown. So
How much money was allocated for that one?
We have no idea. And this is not something that's getting ready to be repaired quickly, so this won't be done over the next year or something like that, just so you know. These are dollars that they use from the All-System Bridge program. And if y'all remember, we had $4 million that we actually had tied up with the Vita Shaw Bridge. For many, many years, we couldn't do any work with Vita Shaw because Vita Shaw, we had assigned the money to replace Vita Shaw way when I was a councilman, a long, long time ago. And that project was never done, but that money stayed tied to Vita Shaw. So we wasn't receiving any additional dollars from the Department of Transportation. Last year, I guess it was last year, y'all passed a resolution removing that particular project. So now the $4 million that we actually had that was tied to Vita Shaw, now we can start doing off-system bridges. So that's what this is all about. If you can repair it, but then we're gonna have to come up
So
with
this
some money.
bridge is totally out.
This bridge is totally out.
Totally out. You can't, and it only gets you to Highway 90.
That's true.
If you,
If you keep straight, yes.
but,
No, it takes you to the service road.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead, Lady Brown.
Okay,
No,
I just,
no,
that's the first I heard of it, I just wanted to
that's-
get a little more
that's-
information on it. So we take it out and we're gonna leave it,
If you take,
Clark.
if you wanna say
No,
something?
go
If
ahead.
you remove that money, from doing that bridge, it's not gonna be repaired. Now, you
Can-
can repair, you can repair it. Like I'm saying, this bridge won't be repaired for quite some time. So if you leave it in, is to do all of these bridges is gonna cost some
Okay.
$2.8 million. If by chance, the road tax that we're trying to do pass, and we end up with some money, and that bridge do get repaired 2 years from now, whenever from now, you would be able to take care of the road
the road too.
to
Yeah,
the
I got
bridge.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's up to y'all,
I'll
whatever y'all
remove
wanna do.
And you
request.
good, I mean, you had
Well,
any feedback?
I'm gonna withdraw it.
Yeah, I
Being
would.
that we don't
Yeah.
have any other bridge
Right.
that fits the criteria for
She-
the funding, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna withdraw my motion.
Yeah.
Uh, stating for the
To take
record
it
that the gentlewoman from District 12 withdraws her motion to amend.
Right. That's-
Okay.
Or you finished?
So you're gonna leave it in there?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
The gentleman from District 11 yields back. Hearing and seeing no other main motion discussion, members, vote your machines on final adoption, summary number 65, as written. That motion carries unanimously. Moving on to summary number 75, introduced by the clerk.
A resolution removing a member of the Board of Commissioners of the Waterworks District Number 3, effective immediately.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Landry. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Brown. Councilman Landry in discussion. We are removing member, Mr. Terry LeBlanc. Terry's been gone. Terry LeBlanc.
Terry can stay, yeah.
Is that all the questions you had, sir? Gentleman from District 2 yields back. The gentleman from District 4 is recognized. Mr. LeBlanc has had some attendance issues and some other paperwork issues. Finish. The gentleman yields back. Anyone else on the main motion discussion for 75? Hearing and seeing none, vote your machines for final adoption, summary number 75. Councilwoman Brown? That motion carries unanimously. Moving on to summary number 76, introduced by Regional Planning Commission.
A resolution granting preliminary and final plat approval to the subdivision of property belonging to the West End Estates Holding Company LLC, located at 1213 Lombard Street, Iberia Parish, in District 1, to subdivide 15.503 acres of property into 60 lots for residential use and 1 community center, subject to compliance with Planning Commission staff report PC 2024-0003, all as reviewed and recommended by the Iberia Parish Regional Planning Commission.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Landry, second by Councilman Pollard. Councilman Landry? Councilman Pollard?
Yes, Jacob in here?
Jacob?
He's a, Mr. Weaver, if you can just state your name and title for the record, please.
Jacob Weaver, Permits Planning and Zoning. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me.
You want to just explain a little bit, Jake?
Yeah, so it's been constructed for some time now. Private road. They decided, so this changed hands. It was sold to a developer. The developer's idea was to sell the homes to the people that are renting these homes. So it was a good idea, and they want to continue it as a private road, kind of establishment. But it's already constructed road, already constructed homes. It meets our lot size requirements. So kind of a good idea. So the previous developer did this through a grant some time ago, and it stayed in good shape, really good shape. So he was able to unload it to a prospect, and that was the idea, was to get it back to the purchasers.
Councilman Pollard, you still
good.
have the floor. Okay. Jacob, I do have a question for you.
Please.
As far as this development, when you suggest that they already had a private road, is at any point that the developer would look to donate that road to the parish? Is it meeting parish standards correctly?
Whenever I asked it, yeah, whenever you look at the road, they had, designed, because it was a state project, it obviously went through all the engineering requirements. It's probably one of the better roads out there.
So it's got at least 20 feet of driving surface?
Oh yeah,
from
no,
curb
it's
to curb?
it's an
Okay.
approvable road by parish standards. The only thing that kind of held them back was the main. We said if we did take a road like that, we would need a bond. Well, putting a bond on an old road doesn't make anybody feel good, So it was
Stuff.
kind of we leaving it. They wanted to leave it. Didn't argue,
Good. Councilman Napier is recognized on the question.
Community center? Explain that.
It's in the resolution.
And one community center?
Yeah, they had an office at the front, so that would probably stay as like an HOA little public building. Most people have like little parks and stuff. So I honestly didn't inquire on what they'd be using that building for. Sometimes, like when you have like a show house like that, they'll pull a permit on that thing the next day and turn it into another little house. So you get like the parade home when you walk into these subdivisions, and it's the office for the developer at first. That would probably what they're going to do with. They may leave it as a community center, which would be
We're gonna
nice.
monitor that, though.
Oh yeah, they got to get a permit with us if they're going to change it to a house.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jacob.
No
The
problem.
gentleman from District 11 yields back. Is there any other discussion on the main motion, members? Hearing
I
and
have a
seeing
question.
none?
No.
Vote your
Mr.
machines on
Chairman.
Whoa,
final.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Jason, is any portion of that subdivision in the city?
Jacob.
No, sir.
None of it?
Not a bit.
Okay.
I had to
Thank
look
you.
on the map too when
Thank
this
you.
came up.
Appreciate
On
Yes, sir.
That's why I'd asked the road deal. Hearing and seeing no other discussion, vote your machines on final adoption, summary number 76, members, as written. That motion carries unanimously. Moving on to summary number 77, introduced by Regional Planning Commission.
A resolution granting preliminary and final plat approval to a subdivision of property belonging to Wanda Saunier, located at East Atmodal Drive and Pellerin Road, Iberia Parish in District 12, to subdivide 5.704 acres of property into 4 lots for residential use, subject to compliance with Planning Commission Staff Report PC 2024-005, all as reviewed and recommended by the Iberia Parish Regional Planning Commission.
Do I have a motion? I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Brown, second by Councilman Trahan. Councilwoman Brown. Councilman Trahan? Hearing and seeing no other discussion. Jacob, did you want to add anything? Vote your machines on final adoption, summary number 77, members. That motion carries unanimously. Moving on to summary number 78, introduced by our Regional Planning Commission.
A resolution granting preliminary and final plat approval to a subdivision of property belonging to Albin Judice III, located at Daspy Road, Iberia Parish in District 3, to subdivide 12.234 acres of property into 4 lots for residential use, subject to compliance with Planning Commission Staff Report PC 2024-0006, all as reviewed and recommended by the Iberia Parish Regional Planning Commission.
Do I have a motion, members? I have a motion by Councilman Broussard, second by Councilman Landry. Councilman Broussard. Councilman Landry. Any main motion discussion, members? Hearing and seeing none, vote your machines on final adoption, number 78. That motion carries unanimously. Moving on to ordinances introduced for publication. Summary number 5294. This is just for publication, members. 5294 introduced by the clerk. For what purpose does the gentlewoman seek recognition?
I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the reading of the ordinances for publication.
I have a motion on the floor to dispense the reading of the official journal by Councilwoman Broussard. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Landry. Non-debatable. Vote your machines, members. That motion carries unanimously. For what purpose does the gentleman from District 11 seek recognition?
So, before we end the meeting, I would imagine that most of y'all out there is here because of what y'all hearing about solar farms. Am I correct? Probably so, huh? So look, I want y'all to know that we've been hearing about this. I started hearing about it last year. This is something that's new to us as well as to you. A couple months ago, I put on a moratorium to where no permits would be given to anybody wanting to put solar farms out in Iberia Parish. I wanted a year. The council debated it back. We voted on 6 months. I don't remember exactly. We still got a few months left. But I want to assure you, all of you, that we are working with legal, with planning and zoning, to make sure that we have all information that's gonna protect the neighborhoods, the whole parish, before anything is voted on to allow that. We are in the early stages of that, and it's not gonna happen. And you will have your opportunity at a planning and zoning meeting, and also right here in front of this council. The buck's gonna stop with us. Nothing will be done until this council approves, if any, an ordinance that any solar farm that wants to come on properties in Iberia Parish, they're gonna have to follow, and it won't be nothing simple. A few years ago, when we first got in, we did an in-depth on trailer parks, and we took our time and we did it right, I feel. And this one, I just want to assure y'all that it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna come in here and do that without, y'all having a say-so. And I know I've been getting some calls, and I think a lot of us have been getting some calls, but please have faith in your council members. We are gonna do our best. We getting information. I'm getting information from everywhere about these things, because I don't know nothing about them, So I didn't. We didn't, yeah. Thank you, my attorney right here is, yeah. But so, I know y'all came and y'all listened to the whole meeting. Nobody got up and said anything. You will have your chance to voice your opinion when it's time. Just give us time to get this ordinance properly done, and you will be informed when you can come to a meeting and let planning and zoning as well as us know how you feel. You'll have a chance to read the ordinance, and I just wanted that said before, because we get ready to end the meeting before we go into joint committee, and I wanted y'all to.
Got an expansion.
And we got an expansion. So I just wanted y'all to know that. So, thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Napier. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from District 6 seek recognition?
I just wanted to add a small part to what Mr. Napier was saying.
Oh, hold on one second, Councilwoman Broussard. I wasn't prepared for all of these personal privileges. Councilwoman Broussard.
I just want to add a small part and thank everybody for coming tonight. Even though there was nothing on this solar
Shit,
form on the agenda.
So on.
But for y'all to be able to kind of be involved and see how the process works and to care about our community like you do. So thank you for being here.
And
Parish President on a personal
and
privilege.
if I can just add one thing to what Councilman Napier said, the resolution was passed for 6 months, but it don't necessarily mean it's just going to be 6 months.
That's correct.
It depends on when an ordinance is actually done. Another thing that I'm hearing a lot about is where a solar farm is going to be. How do we know where a solar farm is going to be when we have no ordinance? So we have no idea what's getting ready to take place in Iberia Parish. I would simply just say, just hang tight, because there's a lot of things that I've been reading. And I know I don't get the calls that James is getting, and I'm glad I don't, because my answer would simply be, we're a long way from home. Because we have no idea what this ordinance is going to look at, but we're saying 6 months. It may be well longer than 6 months, because you got to come up with a real ordinance, and I have to approve it. So it can go by the council, but if it's not something, if we got to have some, in my opinion, some serious setbacks and some serious buffers, because it can pass the council, but I can't veto it. And I'm just saying that. Thank you so much.
For what purpose does the gentleman from District 8 seek recognition?
I'd like to just speak for a second.
Without objection.
I'd like to kind of echo what Mr. Napier said, and I know almost all of you in here that's here, most of y'all put me in. I represent almost all of y'all in here. And with that being said, I will do everything I can to make sure this is done right. Y'all protected, the community's protected, and not just for this particular one, but for everyone throughout the whole parish, because this is parish-wide. So just because we don't have one here, doesn't mean we want one by our neighbors in another district down the street. So we want to take our time and do this ordinance right, get it to where it's tough, and hopefully we don't have any homes to destroy anyone's well-being, property values, anything of that nature. So I just want to let y'all know I'll be working on the backside. You might not hear me talk a lot about it, not on Facebook, but in the back I am fighting for y'all, and I will fight for y'all. And trust me, when it comes to the end, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that y'all protected.
Yeah, and you can please believe he's fighting, because he calls me every day.
The gentleman from District 8 yields back. Hearing and seeing no other requests for personal privileges, we do have an expansion request by the parish president, summary number 79, Madam Clerk.
A resolution amending 2024 Waterworks District Number 3 fund budget in the amount of $1,640,464 to account for additional water plant structure project expenditures and recognize additional private source contributions from AIDA based on the revised engineer's opinion of probable cost calculated based on low bid received. The purpose of this expansion is to provide for additional project expenditures and recognize additional private source contributions from AIDA.
I'll need a motion to go into public hearing. I have a motion by Councilman Landry. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Trahan. Vote your machines for public hearing, members. Council, that motion carries unanimously. We now into public hearing. Is there anyone from the audience that would like to address summary number 79, the expansion? Hearing and seeing none, I'll need a motion to go back into regular session. I have that motion by Councilman Landry, second by Councilman Trahan. Vote your machines to go back into regular session. Councilwoman Brown. That motion carries unanimously. We're now back into regular session. I need a motion to expand the agenda. I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Swear, second by Councilman Corpel. Vote your machines on the expansion, members. I need a unanimous. The expansion is not it's not debatable. It's either you vote, it's up or down vote. That motion carries unanimously. I'll need a motion to suspend the rules as the motion, the agenda item did not go to joint committee. I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Trahan, second by Councilman Landry. Vote your machines on suspension of the rules, members. Councilman Corpel. That motion carries unanimously. Now I'll need a motion to open up summary number 79. This is, at this point, Councilwoman Broussard, we can discuss it now. I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Landry. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Trahan. Councilman Landry on discussion. Why don't I see him on here? I don't see Michael Landry on here. Mr. Crater, if you could just state your name and title for the record, please.
Sure. Brad Crater, Director, Waterworks District 3 and Sewer District 1.
Councilman Landry.
I would like for you to explain to everyone in here why the expansion and why right now.
No problem. So all we're doing on this expansion is actually upping the amended budget for the water plant from the 20 million previously approved from the AIDA bond. So we're not asking for any money from general ledger or from sales tax or user fees or anything like that. We're trying to meet a deadline of March 1, 2025 to build a water plant, which normally takes about 18 months. So what we're worried about is locking in costs for the plant, hitting that mark, but we're also worried that there's a lot of other projects going on around the state of Louisiana. From what I understand, there's another 3 or 4 other water plants that are going to be bid in the next month. If we can't lock in the costs that we have right now, we risk the cost going up and up and up. But more importantly, we're not going to hit that timeline. The water plant normally takes about 18 months. We're having a contractor to get this done in 9 months. So the timeline's very tight. And again, to reiterate, the bond was already issued up to $20 million, so we're not asking for additional funding. We're just amending the budget up because the cost of the project was a little bit more than we anticipated, probably because of all the other projects going on around the area.
Councilman Landry, does that answer your question?
I'm good.
The gentleman from District 2 yields back. The gentleman from District 8 is recognized. You wave. Hearing and seeing no other discussion, members, vote your machines on final adoption of summary 79. That motion carries unanimously. Before we adjourn, members, just to remind the general public that the stormwater survey is still available on the website and that adjudicated properties through Civic Source is available. And our next meeting is May 8th. I'll need a motion to adjourn. I have a motion by Councilman Brown, second by Councilwoman Broussard. Vote your machines, members, on adjournment. That motion carried. Councilman Brown, Councilman Napier. That motion carries unanimously. We're now adjourned.